welcome you to day 4 for the Run for Roses Classic here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm Mike Corey. We're great to have you with us once again for the final day of the tournament. Should be a lot of fun here. We got a lot to cover. Let's get right to it. We're now joined by Noelle Brown, head coach from Michigan Basketball Academy. Great to see you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. How are you? How's everything going?
It's going great. It's going really well. Love this event. It's packed with coaches. Our kids are playing well, so we've been really happy.
How many games have you had so far, and then when do you play again?
We had 2 games already this morning at
Okay.
8:15 and at 9:30, and we play again at 3:45
Wow.
with our 2020 team.
How many total contests did you have?
We've had 10 games so far.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is awesome. I mean, everybody all under one roof, all these teams, all these coaches. How is it for you, and what do you tell your players, maybe with the pressure and, back-to-back games and how it all works?
Right. Well, we just tell them to take one game at a time. We talk a lot about playing together as a team, being focused, and getting rest between games and being ready, mentally ready for each game.
How about for you? How long have you been coaching this team? What are some of the things you're teaching and the places that you guys have been?
So I'm the girls director at NBA, but I've been coaching our national 2022 team for 4 years, and it's been great. It's been great. We teach them a lot about what to do, how to play in an environment where there are a lot of college coaches on the sideline, how to stay together as a team, how to be focused, and really show what it takes to be a winner.
What do you feel like an event like this does, for players all over the country, really, not just your team, but everybody, to have this kind of a venue, where everybody's at?
Oh, it's amazing because you walk around and you see amazing teams, amazing players, just all these kids competing, college coaches on the sidelines. I mean, all under one roof. You just can't beat it. It's a great event.
What about the growth of the women's basketball game right now, and how this kind of helps and everything? I think it's just all trending upward,
It really is. It really is. I mean, I love to see young female athletes really excited about the game, loving the game, and being an advocate of the game and being around it all the time.
That's great. And you said you had the early game today, so you're able to get some priority parking
Oh
here.
yeah,
to
it was
get
VIP parking at
right?
8:15.
How crazy is this, right? I've been to Louisville a few times. The Kentucky Derby, you
Right.
can't get away from the crowds, right? I mean,
You
it's either
can't,
big
no.
time or nothing.
Right, but the energy that the crowd brings, you
Yeah.
hear energy from other courts. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Over 1,000 college coaches here, 1,000 teams, over 11,000 players. Very, very impressive. And
Yeah.
the way it's run, how efficiently this is run too,
Oh yeah, I mean the courts run on time. The refs, the officials are amazing. I mean it's a well-run event.
It's great. Well, look, great to talk to you, and all the best to you and your team, and
Thank you.
have a great rest of the day here at day 4.
Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
you
it.
got it. Noelle Brown for MBA, Michigan Basketball Academy, joining us here at the Run for Roses Classic on the final day of the tournament. Catherine Greenhut lost her influence, mentor, coach, and friend. Here's how her basketball team turned into a family after the loss of her mother.
Growing up, basketball was a big part of my life. My mom was my coach from, what grade? Kindergarten. Yeah.
3 years old.
She played Division I basketball. She was one hell of a player. Me and my mom, it was my mom and I's thing. Dad can't play basketball. Sorry, Dad. But it was my mom and I's thing, and we enjoyed it. It was every weekend out in the driveway shooting. 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with ALS. And I didn't know it was gonna happen, but a year later she passed away. And the next day I was at practice because I knew that's where she wanted me to be. And a week later I was playing with them, and it was a good feeling to be on the court, but she was the camera lady. She videotaped every game. She was there taking pictures. Everyone enjoyed everything she did on the court. Basketball was her life. And my sister played, but I take it really seriously, and that was where my mom and I had the connection. And I still feel her on the sidelines, but I just want to play. D1, D2, D3, I just want to play for her. I mean, on the back of our shirts, it says next play KG, and on the game, you make a bad play, next play, right? But when this happened, it opened my eyes, and life became more than just basketball. It became, I mean, next play turned from the basketball court to my real life.
I've been coaching the Comets for 15 years, and I started coaching Catherine when she was in 7th grade, and she's been with us for 5 years now. Her mom was the team mom of our team. We always sat down in the restaurants and always dissected the games with her, and she was like another coach around the team. When they were younger, we did call her Coach Kim. I respected everything she gave us. She was very big on helping us with our post players, and she was really just supported this organization and these kids. Catherine and I were very, very close throughout her mom, slowly dying. We all stood together and said that the rest of the summer is going to be for Mrs. Greenhut, and every play we make, every memory we make, every time we're together, we're not just a team, we're a family. We support each other, and it's been a blessing having Catherine a part of this, and her teammates have been so mature, so remarkable. She's been such a leader of that, and the strength that she's shown has been incredible. Get back on the court literally the next day, and I'm so proud that she wears a Comets uniform, and that I've had the opportunity, and my staff and my sister and my friend Erin, to be a part of her journey. And we said to her, like, we'll be there for the next play on the court and further going through life, through college and forever. I told her I'm not worried about what's going on the court. We're more worried about you just being able to smile tomorrow. And so then the whole team, we all went together to the funeral, and it was the most remarkable thing I think I've seen 17-year-olds do, their parents, them, and life became bigger than basketball for our team this year. And I think these kids learned through one of their best friends that what strength looks like. These kids are some of the best kids I've ever been around. They adore each other. They play for each other. They're great friends. We've had a blast. It's been a blessing. The Comets is a special organization, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them for everything that we've done on the court, but most especially off the court. The games are going to end, the days are going to end, but these kids, their parents, our coaching staff, we're going to be a family forever. We know that Kim's watching from above, but I wish she was here to be able to see this team and her daughter right now.
It's been really fun, honestly, just getting to visit all these different colleges and talking with a lot of coaches that know so much more than me about the game of basketball, and getting to learn from all of them telling me what I can work on and improve on. And it hasn't really been that hard for me. I've kind of just taken it easy, called who I want to call, and not get too rushed on my decision. I'm just trying to take it by ear. Oh, it's so awesome. As a little girl, I never could have imagined playing at a huge place like this. I mean, just coming in a while ago with all the crazy amounts of cars and people, it's so awesome getting to experience this. I've gotten a lot of SEC offers like Auburn, Alabama, Missouri, Florida, and I've gotten some ACC with Georgia Tech and Coach Nell Fortner that just got there, and it's been really awesome talking to all of them. And it's really cool getting to visit all the campuses, because watching everybody on TV, then getting to go to the actual places, it's so awesome getting to experience it. For me, I'm just looking for a second home. I want to make sure that I fit in well with the coaches and make sure that I can talk to them about anything that I'm going through, because you're going to be there for 4 years, so you want to make sure that you're with people that you love, and also I want to make sure that I fit in with their offense and just the different types of players that they're going to be recruiting.
Jada Williams is just 13 years old and is one of the top-ranked players in the class of 2023. A rising freshman who is already well-known and extremely popular on social media.
It feels really good inside to know that other people think I'm a good player, and just that I can be a role model for the younger girls. I wouldn't say it's pressure, I would say it's motivation. I have a target on my back now, and just to keep a chip on my shoulder, keep grinding every day. My trainer's name is The Bullet, and the first time I trained with him, it was like we clicked, so it's like a family thing now. So I guess I model after him, I would say. When I met Kobe, he followed me on Instagram, and so I DM'd him like a little fangirl, and he DM'd me back, and then my parents and him were talking, and we went on an unofficial visit to UCLA, and it was just, he wanted to meet me, and so I wanted to meet him, of course, and so it just happened like that, and I'm really blessed that he had the opportunity to get to meet me. I just think that I worked so hard that people noticed, and that's not really what I grind for every day. I grind to get the scholarships and to make my family happy. I just like to I love to play the game, and I have fun. Everyone on the sideline doesn't really matter to me. I just like to be with my team and have fun on the court.
We're back here now with Mike Neighbors, the head coach of Arkansas, here for the Run for Roses Classic. Good to see you, Coach.
Hey,
How you
too,
been?
man. Good.
Yeah.
Doing great.
What's going on?
How can you not be loving this?
I know, right?
Look at that wall. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And
Yeah.
then all these courts.
You and 1,000 of your other coaching friends here.
Exactly. My closest ones.
Yeah. How is that? What is that like? You know, I'm sure it's great to see some of your colleagues and people you know well, but it's a recruiting thing here. You know,
Oh,
we're
sure.
trying to get these girls to come to your programs. What's it all like?
It is, but it's different than games. You
Yeah.
know, when you're at games, it's head to head. It's you and them. We're all together. It's very collegial. We spend a lot of time off the court together doing things. And in a city like this, you know, with all the things to do, we stay up late and talk ball.
Yeah, you have to be here, right? I mean, if
Yeah.
you're not, you're totally missing out.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to be here.
They'd have been better putting the teams that aren't here up on that wall.
Right,
It'd be
right,
a lot
exactly.
smaller wall, that's for sure. So,
Right.
yeah, it's a great opportunity.
Of all divisions, really. I mean, you coached at the high school level when you're getting started out, you know, but assistant coach at college, now at Arkansas, your alma mater.
Yeah.
So you've run the gamut and know what it's like from bringing these kids up to where you are now.
Well, an event like this helps everybody.
Yeah.
It helps every player be exposed. It helps every program see the kids that they need to help build their certain situation. And you can come in and park one time, you're under one roof all day long. You're not running back and forth. And it's such a great deal for these kids. And then we take it as a benefit for the coaches as well.
You guys went to the Final Four in 2016 when you're back at Washington. Now you're at Arkansas, your alma mater. But how difficult is it to do that? I mean, can you describe, you know, in the landscape of college basketball these days to be able to get to one of the highest levels?
Well, it takes the right people being at the right time, and we were very lucky with a group of recruiting class that came in together and stuck together. And then as juniors, you really peaked at the right time. It's hard to do it at a place in women's basketball that hadn't done it before.
Right.
We got some very tradition-rich programs that are there, you know, almost so consistently that it's hard for a new team to break in, but every now and then a team will do it, and it gives everybody hope. But then to come home to my alma mater, and a place where I've had so many good memories to be passionate about, we can do it there.
Yeah.
You can do it. You use that same blueprint, but it's all about getting the right people.
And that's great because I don't think people really understand until, you know if you go back to the place where you were and how much more, you know, extra that gives you. You know what I mean? When this is where you went to school.
Yeah, it's you can say you're prepared for it, but you're not really until you get back home. You've got college friends, high school friends, you've got family. I had 94 people on the pass list for home games.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm at Washington. I was lucky if I could give my tickets away to my cleaner. You know, we may come, we may not, but you know, it's been a unique balance. My daughter and my son are there, so for 20 years I was all over the country, different places, and to be home, it does make it special. But it makes you want to do it just that much more.
Right, exactly.
You know, just
exactly.
that much more.
How about the landscape of women's college basketball today? Okay, I mean, give me your take. Years ago, where we are now, where it still needs to go.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think exposure is that one thing we're always going to be striving for. Being able to get our product out in front and let people see the game that we all love. Some people will tell you this game's dying. All right, I'm not buying it. It's not. It is becoming a very cohesive group, and I think we need to continue to just put the product out there and let people make up their own mind. I think we've got to stop judging it by attendance, though. People don't go to things live as much anymore. I know I don't. And I love sports, but I still like to sit on my couch and watch 5 or 6 games in one day. So I think we've got to come up with a different standard or a different metric to measure interest, because the interest is still there. It might not be butts in the seats, But it is certainly there. You can feel it with our kids and our programs. Their life after basketball is growing. So our game's in a good spot, but we do have to continue to be on the cutting edge of what's coming up next and prepare, because there's a lot of competition out there for people's entertainment time.
Right.
Whether it's on your phone or live in person. So
it's really a great point that you bring it up, because but that's in our industry. You know, here we are in the TV.
Sure.
We talk about ratings and this and that. Listen, you can even take something like a NASCAR, for instance, where 150,000 people went to a race. Now it's like kind of in half, but it's still one of the highest rated things.
Sure.
You know, it's still a very big sport. I do lacrosse in the springtime. You know, probably not 1 million viewers because there's only 78 Division I teams, but it's one of the fastest growing sports at the high school level. The same thing with women's basketball here. You're absolutely right. We got over 11,000 players here, 1,000 teams. I think it's growing the level of the player.
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, there's no question. You look at the standard of what a Division I athlete is in 2019 compared to what it was in 2009. It's leaps and bounds different. The grassroots program is maligned by a lot of people that don't understand what's going on here this weekend. It is the lifeblood of what continues to happen at the next level all the way up. And we couldn't be doing it without these people giving up their time and their energy, especially during the month of July.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's a perfect time to have it, though. And, you know, it helps cut down on your travel a little bit, too, running all over the place.
It
trying
does.
to watch some of the best players.
I'm on one airplane.
Yeah.
I'm on one airplane this July, and normally it would be 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But when you get these events concentrated in this area and you get the number of teams, you can stay in one hotel, you can rent a car, and you can drive back and forth between them. It's great.
That's awesome. Well, listen, wish you the best of
Thanks.
luck in the upcoming
You bet.
season, your alma mater. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you got it. Mike
Okay.
Neighbors, head coach of Arkansas, with us here at the Run for Roses Classic. This is going to close out our show here for right now. We're going to come up with a nightcap later, and we'll have all the highlights of all the action, the champions, and much more on the final day for the Run for Roses Classic here in Louisville, Kentucky.